Alright, well, I forgot my 4K camera at home. I remembered everything else but the 4K. So this is going to have wavy video. It's sad. But today is Saturday, November 25th, I believe. I forgot my 4K camera, which takes the 4K video. So the only thing different between this is a 2K camera, but it doesn't have that video stabilization that my 4K camera has. So I take the audio in this camera, but not the video. So if I'm bicycling more than like 2 miles an hour, everything looks wavy. So unfortunately, we're gonna have wavy video. Unless I come to a standstill, then it'll be okay video. Anyway, it was kind of overcast today. I wasn't even gonna come out today. I was gonna come out tomorrow. And but I already went on Fort Myers Beach. It's crowded. It's crowded on Fort Myers Beach already. So and I wasn't even going to video going over the bridge because I know how boring that is. It just takes up a lot of time. But you can see the clouds. I didn't put any sunblock on, so I said, you know what? There's enough clouds around. I don't need sunblock. And I actually prefer that. Because you put sunblock on, you don't really feel it until you get home. You're all sticky. You're like, what is all that? Oh, terrible. So anyway, I knew I forgot something. I was like, this can't be. I brought the water. I brought my sunglasses. I brought my hat. I'm wearing the right shoes. Wow, what else can go wrong? I was busy taking the video that I shot for my garage selling this morning and uploading that onto my main computer so I could do the video editing later. And then I was looking for packages from UPS in front of the house. I got sidetracked, and I did a spot check on my car. I always spot check before I depart. For some reason, I didn't look for the camera. The camera is charged and ready to go. So I might make a little run out tomorrow. I'll probably still upload this video, but maybe take a look at it. It rained this morning. I'm looking out towards Sanibel Captiva. There's another rain, like squall front coming this way. I don't think it's going to affect us, but the clouds are thickening. I look out towards Captiva, Sanibel. It's coming. It was beautiful this morning, though. It was raining at around 6 o'clock this morning, then it stopped. Perfect timing too, right before the garage sales opened. About half the garage sales did not open, but for the other half that was open, the first like 2 or 3 garage sales were okay, and then the rest of the day were kind of they were awful, to tell you the truth. But I spent $2. I bought a some kind of remix of R22 and propane. They call it Frozane, I think, or something, or Freezane, like Freon, Hexane, a contraction of those 2 words. Freezane or something. I have to look it up. I got it for $2. I know that R22 costs like $500 a jug, so I'm like, even if I can get $100 a jug or $2 is a good investment. And that's the only thing I bought this morning. So I also need to look at property today, so this could just be a property video. I need to look for real estate opportunities here on the beach And now I just can't be looking at Estero Boulevard. I have to look at other off areas too, like even Old St. Carlos Boulevard. I have to contemplate real estate opportunities there too, and some of the other roads. It's at Yucatan. They scored. People now. That's one of the premier restaurants people go to here. Without Pier 1 and Top of Mast. And then Margaritaville, as soon as that opens, like the next week or so, I see Margaritaville has put all their furniture on their balcony, so they look ready to open. They just finished the concrete driveway that they had, so that's a big step. I have to look at their pool though to get close to it. So the tide looks. Well, it's hard to say whether the tide looks high or low at this angle. Let me look at the canal. It's coming up. Okay, the canal is a mid-tide. It's neither high nor low. It's mid-tide. So it looks like they built a new dock over here, which is interesting. Right behind the shipwreck store. Yeah, there's a lot of people. They just knocked down this hotel here, and that's a tragedy. Again, the 7-Eleven right here on the right-hand side, they haven't rebuilt that yet. Although I don't think they ever will. Nice piece of property. But if you're going to rebuild it, they should actually put the 7-Eleven over here in this piece of property, this parking lot. Because this way you have that back road over there. You have more entrances to the 7-Eleven and more parking. So they should buy that. Or this property here on the left-hand side, I don't know when they fenced off for no good reason. This Bel Air Beach Club, that would be a good buy. If you could buy that. The building looks like it didn't sustain any damage, just the outer areas. And what I like about it is that it does not have a pool, which is really good. They're the property medic. They're building these buildings like spec buildings, and you can buy it. They're building to buy. Smart. Anyway, I have a chance to buy an RV that looks like the following. I'll show it to you. I think it only has one air conditioning thing on the roof, which is really disappointing. It looks very similar to this Mesa Ridgewood coming up. So I have a chance to buy that for, well, they want 40. I'm offering 30,000. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to spend a lot for that muffler, but I was thinking if I could buy the RV, if there was an RV like that, let's face it, it's not going to really just past the Best Western Plus. I don't know what they're doing in there. I see a camper in there now, so I guess they're getting serious. Now they're sleeping on site. I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to sleep on site, but I don't see any people working here on a Saturday. I see porta potties, but I guess they're just 9 to 5 Fridays through Saturday. Let's see, the statement I was going to make was, see, look, here's somebody on the left-hand side with a camper. If you owned an ice cream cart business, owning one of these properties on the left-hand side, and then if you could have some kind of an ice cream or some kind of a deep freeze where you can store ice cream, that would be choice. Even on the right-hand side here, all those properties for sale. And this property is going for a discount right now. So if you're into property, because all the property on Fort Myers Beach is for sale, you'll get it for a discount. This is the time to buy. This is the time when you have those dreams and they're still 2 or 3 years away, or you don't think you're going to have money for the full dream, buy the property now. Now is the time. Because 2 or 3 years from now, regardless what the market does in the rest of the country, Fort Myers Beach here will be immune to it. And, there would have to be a huge hurricane to wipe out Fort Myers Beach for your property to be worthless. And that will never happen because of the way storms go. Storms really, this beach gets built. It doesn't get wiped out. This beach, Hurricane Ian and Hurricane Idalia both dumped sand onto this beach. It built it. So, see, look, here's the property medic again, building something. Smart. It's either buying the property and building these nice big structures, or selling them. You can buy the property for less than $1 million and sell it for $5. That's a nice profit. Buy it for $5, $300,000 to build it, $5 million on sale. Nice profit. Probably have to pay a little bit of tax in there, but I see that's keeping probably a team of about 10 people employed. This looks like a police car up here. Yeah, looks like it. Let's see. It's a Ford. No, it's not. No. It looked like one. I bet a lot of people, when that car is behind them, they slow down. It looks like a police car. Again, Pink Shell, they're doing well. I mean, it looks like business is down, but people could just be out and about, enjoying themselves right now. Probably in town. Doing shopping in the malls on 41. It's crowded in Fort Myers because a lot of people have Christmas shopping. I feel sad that I'm not going to be part of the people this year participating, but it's just how it is, you know. Empty nester, so people moved out. I'm not holding Christmas this year in my house, which is sad. This will make the second year in a row I did not have. First year because our house got wiped out from the hurricane. But this year it's one of those continuations. House got wiped out by the hurricane, and it's kind of setting a trend. No Christmas last year, no Christmas this year. So, I don't know why the American flag's at half-mast. Dang it, I haven't been following the news at all, so I don't know. There's not really any news worthwhile watching on TV or anywhere, to tell you the truth. It's just all negative news. There's nothing positive. You know, news media for the last 50 years has just been all negative. You have to go to the local, kind of like, you know the real local station news, and then they'll squeeze in like a good story in there or something. I can't pedal on this. From this angle, yeah, it looks like a mid-tide, but it looks like there's plenty of beach though, so that is going to be nice. Oh, it's still soft up here. Probably these tire treads are. I'll get it some grip. Yeah, on top of the tire tread. Oh, there. Oh yeah. Oh, hell yeah. So there's one of the two tires was on it. All right. Oh yeah. This is kind of compact, slightly soft, about a 1/4 inch indentation. It rained last night, so and I can see that there was a higher than high tide that just happened about 2 hours ago because the sand here is still kind of wet, so the tide must be going out. By the looks of the seaweed, it looks like the tide is going out. Otherwise, the seaweed would be more bunched up than it is. Again, the Pink Shell with their pink umbrellas. Why not? Pink Shell, pink umbrellas. I should call it the pink umbrella. They still have their pool fenced off, both in their Captiva and their Sanibel. But in the main building, that's where the pool is. So they have both pools, the Sanibel and the Captiva pool, fenced up. But there are quite a few people here on the beach. The Pink Shell. The Pink Shell does have a beach pavilion too, and it is open, but nobody's there. Like a little place where you can get drinks and I guess hors d'oeuvres. So, it looks like there was a high tide because, or they raked the beach, one of the two, because I see raking markings. beach looks a little flatter than usual. So I think they are raking some of the beach and pulling it up towards the building. Yeah, I'm just glad I did put sunblock on because it's getting kind of more darker out. It all depends. If there's nobody on the beach, I'll come back on the road. Bicycling on the beach itself, right up here seems to be the best area, but there is a lot of seaweed obstacles in the way. So I don't know if the seaweed is hiding a pen shell or not, so I have to be on guard. Okay, again, this green building over here on the left-hand side, that is the buy right now. They still haven't fixed the roof, which is ridiculous. That should have been the first thing fixed. So if you want to buy a place, this is the place you need to look at to buy. There must be about 15 or so, at least, maybe 20 hotel rooms here. They're going ever so slow. And the slower they go, the more money they're paying out in mortgage. The property is not really appreciating here on Fort Myers Beach. It was already high before the hurricanes. Now it's kind of deflating a little bit because everyone's selling it. Even this property on the left-hand side, shit. Fenced off? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. This property too, on the left-hand side. I still see some upper floors there with some upper floor damage. It seems like the only thing they did was paint the building. It's kind of ridiculous because, you know, that's the last thing to do. First you fix the building, then you paint. Well, I can see some people here have eaten a big lunch and they're walking around with the topless showing it off. All right. Nothing wrong with that. This is where you can show off your big belly with style, with panache. And now the beach is getting like debris, not just seaweed, but these weird Florida common shells, driftwood. Some people are scooping on the beach. Don't ask me what, but there's scoop marks, which are divots in the beach, and it's making it kind of always go around that. Again, here on the left-hand side, this building here. Okay, they're rebuilding this bottom unit. Maybe they're painting too. Still taking their sweet time. I mean, they're building scaffolding. I see enough scaffolding to go up to the top of the building, but they're building standing scaffolding, so they're not building like step scaffolding. They're building standings, which means you have to really climb like a ladder up to the next scaffolding layer. I guess that's, I mean, for scaffolding, I guess it's expensive. So if you're renting it, you don't want to rent that much. But usually, for painting, you would have step scaffolding. This full. Maybe if they have a spray gun, I'll take that back. If you have a spray gun, maybe you do the full. I don't like the spray gun. It makes too much mess. I like rolling it. You can do a power roller really fast. So this area looks pretty crowded. You know, the tide at this area, it looks like the tide's coming in slightly because the seaweed is kind of bunched up. It's hard to say.
I bought.
Some of these places don't even move out of the way. They're so tame that maybe they're not tame. Maybe they're so full they don't want to move. I don't blame them. These seagulls eat really well. They've lost all their natural hunting, and they're just pandering to people. So they know people leave big messes, and they're here to clean up. So the sandbar that's in front of Pier 1 is still here. That's nice. Oh, sorry. This is where the urine smell was the other day. I don't smell any urine spray. Maybe the sand washed up in there and covered whatever was leaking. There probably was a septic tank in there from long ago when they first built Pier 1. That's probably what ruptured. It's turned out to be a beautiful cloudy day. Unfortunately, it's cloudy. Unfortunately, I left my 4K camera at home, but that's beside the point. The only benefit behind recording on this video is that there won't be any video breaks like on my other one. On my other camera, it takes 4 gig videos and then it stops and records again. Where this cell phone can record a full 3 hours and no stopping, which I like. Looking at Margaritaville, they still have some signs to put up on the front of the building. But other than that, it looks like they're furnished, painted. They got all the doors, electricity, it's ready to go. The pool is not, but I would still open the place up. They built the fence. It's a rope fence with netting. Looks pretty cool. And the netting looks like a chain link fence netting. So it's pretty awesome the way they built it. When I bicycle on that side, I'll take a look at the pool, see if they did the more set. Alright, so this area, there wasn't that crowded with people. That was more of the paid. Lynn Hall Park is paid too. Lynn Hall is always crowded. That's the first thing that's crowded before the other paid parking gets filled. So for the Lana Kai, the guy plays trumpet. He's coming up ahead. There's a tuba. I guess he plays the tuba. There he is, straight ahead, tuba guy. He gets photographs for $5 too. He's basically a beach whore. Basically. He appears to be like 22, 23 years old. Beach tuba whore. He's probably walked this beach probably 3 times already. Nobody's paid him any money. They probably don't understand that that's what he's doing. He's annoying their day so that you'll pay him $5 so that he'll annoy your day even more. Must be a Democrat, I don't know. Alright, so there's a few people in this area. There must be a discount on parking. Must be $15 a day or something. I mean, I don't know. I would go for the $10 a day parking that's down on Old San Carlos Boulevard because if you need a bathroom, that's where they are in Concentrated. Or at least that's where the porta potties are. Diamond Head does not let people who are not guests in there because they haven't finished rebuilding their beach bar, restaurant, whatever that is. Once they finish doing that, then there probably will be a bathroom available for them. But I'm just wondering what's going to go up to the northwest of them here. This hotel that was knocked down, and now the rubble has been removed. There's still a big chain link fence up, but nothing yet. But Let's go up here a little bit, see if we get better sand. Slightly better. Now, I can smell the smell of pizza really good. And I'm telling you, I almost want to go to the store before I go home and buy a pizza, because man, that pizza smell that's heavenly right now. I haven't eaten breakfast or lunch. It's past 12 o'clock. It's about 12:30 right now. So for it to be this cloudy, and it's only about 74 degrees, maybe 75, so it's really comfortable. It was down by 62 degrees this morning, so it was pretty chilly. I think I'm going to come back on Cerro Boulevard because there's just not enough people out here. There's not enough sun for people to, they're walking down the beach, but they're walking fully attired. And there's nothing really going on here. So, even the seagulls are upset. Where's the sun? So we'll go down to go all the way down to Publix, which are those two big buildings way down there straight ahead. That's where Publix is, just a little bit beyond that. Now that is a big seagull. That's the type of seagull you would find in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Because up there, there's saltwater taffy and peanuts. People are throwing that stuff to seagulls. Even the hot dogs and the pizza, they're throwing it to seagulls. A lot of people. I eat my pizza crust, but a lot of people, for some reason, don't want to eat the pizza crust, so they throw it to the birds. And oh my God, the birds have a field day. Someone just made a sandcastle. They made octopus and an alligator sandcastle, and up here is a starfish. So octopus, alligator, and a starfish. It's pretty awesome. There were a lot of pelicans on the Fort Myers Beach pier. I see one out here fishing. Even the pelicans are kind of lazy. They don't want to fish because they used to get a lot of handouts from the fishermen on the pier. And now that the Fort Myers Beach pier is gone, they kind of raised a full couple of generations of pelicans that just like hang around the pier. And you have fishermen are constantly changing the water in their bait buckets, so that attracts fish, and attracts the bait fish and attracts the big fish. So pelicans know that, so that they wait for the fishermen to dump their bait buckets in to go after some of the bigger fish. And but now that the fishermen are not there, yeah, our pelicans are. Still, the fish still do some nurseries in that area. But not as much now because there's not enough shade to conceal them. So a lot of the bigger fish will prey in that area because there's not enough shadow to hide the bait fish. And now because of all those pelicans are roosting there as well. The pelicans do their droppings in that area, which do attract fish, but I don't know. It's more of at equilibrium. The little tiny fish like the shadows that the pier provided, but now there's relatively no shadows, so the water's a little warmer there. How's it supposed to my asses? Picking up more seashells. Definitely, let's see. We're not at the radio tower, at the cell tower yet. That's the old Fort Myers Beach Fire Department. The only fire department that's still in effect on Fort Myers Beach is down by Santini Plaza. Right behind the CVS store, there is a fire station down there. So that is, you don't need more than one fire station here. Especially now when there's, half the buildings in Fort Myers Beach got removed. And the ones remaining are going to be built really secure. Probably won't catch fire ever. So coming up to the Fort Myers Beach RV park and the old Red Coconut RV park. It's sad that the person who owned this RV park, I think it's the Red Coconut, he bought it, his first investment. He did well in the late 70s, early 80s. Business was getting tight, started losing money, and then bingo, Hurricane Ian destroyed it. Now he made some money on selling it, but I don't think it was as much as he would like. So I think he had just died too, I'm not sure, but he had died just after Hurricane Ian destroyed his property. It was sad. So, now, if you're a builder of apartments, Fort Myers Beach needs apartment rentals because it needs a labor force here on the island. A labor force that could take the bus or bicycle, because right now there's not enough people taking the bus on Fort Myers Beach. I'm looking at some of the people who are bent over picking up seashells. I'm looking at what their hands are reaching for. A lot of these people look like they're going for color. They're not going for types of shells. So I guess they're making shell crafts or something. Now ahead of me is a huge huge flock of seagulls. They're definitely going to fly. And then on the left-hand side, there's a fresh catch and the old junkaroo. Junkaroo is gone, of course. Fresh catch. I see no effort to fix that, which is sad, because that probably would have qualified within the 50%. The seagulls are spreading. Some of them are not. Someone probably just fed them. Maybe the seagulls are looking at those people listening to music because they're making hand movements like they're throwing food in the air. Then I'll come back on the road. I'm fighting a headwind actually. There's wind coming out of the east. And it's probably a 2-knot headwind. But looking behind me, the wind's going to change direction because it's going to come out of the west again. And there's another little front that's coming. So it's probably an occluded front, but I wouldn't call it a warm front, but it is a type of, not as cool front, let's put it that way, coming this way. So some of the fleeting warmth strength of the Gulf of Mexico is creating another push to push this cold air out of Florida. It's not really cold, it's just cool. It's beautiful actually. Humidity is down, not as down as it could be. I'd say we only have about maybe 55% humidity. So bicycling right down here, right where the water line is good, except I can see that my tires are getting coated in sand. So I have to bicycle up here. They were getting coated in wet sand. Looks like the tide is slightly coming in right at this point. Slightly. I'm running over a lot of seashells. I don't know if I'm trying to find a spot on the beach where I can get away from the seashells. There's a lot, isn't it? So people have thrown some of the full shells. They pick up from the lower areas and they deposit it up here. Where now there was a seagull picking some kind of dead fish up out of the water, had it in its beak. So he's fishing, which is kind of cool. Okay, this is where the old church is. And these people on the left-hand side, there is a little parking spot here too, but there is a food bank Monday through Friday or whatever it is. So some people park in the church's parking lot, so they don't charge, even though they don't have service there anymore. So I would love to buy that old church, but they want like $40 million to get that. maybe $1 million. $1 million. Holy mackerel! If I can get that property for $1 million, wow! Then there would be a profit going on. Hello. If I can get that church property for $1 million, that would be. I mean, the next church up here would be a great casino. In fact, I love this church up here. This church is still intact. They haven't finished the roof yet, but I'm telling you, that would make a great high-ceiling casino. You know, and if they want, I could have mass in the front of it, and a casino. When people get done with their mass, they can go in the back of the building for a casino. Perfect. You know, and why go to the beach? You know, you have your mass. In fact, I'll have mass 7 days a week, day and night. So if they lose money, they can come into the church and pray to make more money. Perfect. What a great idea. Yeah, that was tough. But no, I would definitely buy it. If they sell it to me, and if I can get it, of course, I'd be gambling. I'd never get it. I do like the property. And the parking lot would have to be expanded. Hello. I probably would need about 500 spots. I would need to build a parking garage. But you know what? You start small. A couple tables, a couple slot machines. Look at all these seagulls. And it grows from there. Go back on the street. We'll check it out. These people are too cold. These seagulls are too cold to move. I don't like this. This is a game for them. Look at this little guy. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. What cuties. What cuties. This guy. This seagull. He's got a nice spot there. Just hanging out by himself. This is Hibiscus Road on the right-hand side. They got hit the worst. I was talking to a friend of mine and I said, you know, if I could buy RVs, I could sell one RV a day, every single day. Because so many people at Fort Myers Beach need RVs. And for the wintertime, I mean, you can put an RV or two on your property, claim that you're using those RVs to live out of, and rent them out to people, you know? It's another idea. I'm running over all these seashells and I'm concerned about my tires. I went to a garage sale today. There was a guy who had a double knee replacement with titanium joints. I guess, you know, to me it sounds like the doctors are unscrupulous, you know. They're not, I don't know. I think if the doctors prescribed even that the xanthium gum or the stuff that they put in toothpaste, I think even if you were to consume that along with a healthy diet and drinking a lot of milk, I think your bones would repair themselves. And if you had like an inversion machine where you can go upside down, I'm pretty sure cartilage like that could be rebuilt around the joints of the knee as well, the bones. But you know, the doctors go for the $200,000 bill. That's the problem with doctors and dentists. They never give you the cheap alternative. They always give you the most expensive alternative. So I don't know. I trust them all. There's a dog up there. He's off leash, so I have to be careful biting around. Go up here. He knows. He wants to go in the water. He's a big cutie. Oh, there was some. I'm not sure if they were St. Bernards or what this morning, but the first garage sale I videotaped, there were some cute dogs, 2 of them. And they were so smart that the guy locked them in the house, so the dogs went in the backyard, came to the front of the yard. So he put them back in the house a second time, and then they found the front door open, and they came out the front door. They were so cute, and I was rubbing them each time. The guy even said, he goes, if you rub them the wrong way, they'll bite you. But I was treating them really nice, and the puppies really like to be petted. They were having a good time. They didn't bite me. I know how. I used to take care of doctors' dogs, so I know what areas dogs love to be scratched in. Right above the tail is one of those areas. They love it. All dogs. So that is a a fire emergency truck making all that noise. Alright, so yeah, we'll take a drive down to Junkerwood by the bay. Problem is, I don't know how I'm going to get onto Cerro Boulevard. Probably have to X-ray right here. This is probably the best I'm going to get. Probably should X-ray here. Gotta go a little further. The sea shelling in this area, it looks like it's getting better. So I see a lot of these clam shells. I see a lot of clam shells, and I see a lot of Florida arc shells, which are common shells. I see. We just drove over a little horseshoe crab. I see a lot of coquinas, that's for sure. Definitely running over coquinas, but these clam shells are the big hit of the day. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to go back on the road right here. Because if I go any further, I'm not going to find any access. And this looks like an old access to Publix anyway. This is interesting. It looks like straight ahead, that looks like the beach access. Over here looks like private property. Let's see. Over up here. Let's see, is this a walkway? Well, it was. It looks like it is some kind of property, but I'm not sure which property it is. We'll trespass over here. We'll just say we don't know. And again, this property here is awesome. I can buy this property, and I'm walking through. I mean, I can see it is a construction zone. You need to bring some kind of little bulldozer in here, a little excavator. You need to relay a lot of this brick. That's going to cost them probably about $50,000 to do that. It's going to take a team of 10 people, probably at least a week, to fix this driveway, to compact the ground. And look at all the damage up here. But yeah, a lot of the bricks here are missing. And here's Publix. So, see, this is how it should be, a wide turning lane in the middle of the road. They're ruining McGregor Boulevard. I don't know why they're doing it like they are. But, okay, we'll go on to the little gazebo here. Alright, I feel privileged. You can see the storm coming from the north. It's getting kind of dark. So, I didn't see that much rain on radar, but it could be reforming. So this could be another reinforcing cool front. Usually that's what happens in this time of year. You're going to have a cool front that comes through, and then a reinforcing cold front that lags behind it by a day. So that could be what we're seeing. So tomorrow, it's hard to say whether it's going to rain later on today, this evening, or tomorrow. But if it does rain, it'll only rain for about an hour or so, maybe less. But this is probably the better day to go to the beach. And going to the beach here without sunblock on is heaven. Although forgetting my camera, which is ridiculous, uncalled for. Oh well. This just makes it easier for me. I don't have to do much video post video production. I just copy this onto YouTube. If the video is less than 2 gigabytes, I copy it onto Rumble as well. My garage selling videos are usually like that. They're about between, well, I take that back. Some of my garage sale videos are 6-7 gigs, but I think Rumble only takes up to think it's like somewhere between 8 and 10 gigabytes, and then anything larger than that, they'll reject it. I want to drive through here. I want to check out some of this. Yeah, definitely these clouds are thickening up a little bit, so it's hard to say. The wind is oscillating a little bit. It feels like it's coming from one direction, and then it kind of turns around. So anyway, this is the Snook Bright Yacht Club and Marina. And you got the sea and stars over there. That's pretty awesome. Some people have their boats decked up with Christmas, because Christmas is well, it's the 25th, so technically it's a month away. November only having 30 days, it's a little closer than it would be. So the back bay, I'm looking to see if there's any shipwrecks from Hurricane Ian. It appeared that within the first 100 yards, most of the damage was, and then it petered out significantly. So the waves were only able to push the debris in 100 yards from the beach, and then it lost its ability to plow through the mangrove. The mangrove was like a brush; it held back the garbage. Now this Junkaroo, it's called Junkaroo / Fresh Catch. So this Junkaroo and Fresh Catch are teaming up. Oh, I see. Junkaroo is on the bottom, and Fresh Catch is upstairs. Wow, that's something. So maybe they both teamed up to help each other out. Yeah, it's called Junkanoo, not Junkaroo, Junkanoo, but it is Junkaroo. It's Junkanoo and Fresh Catch Bistro is upstairs. Interesting. I didn't know that. So I guess they're a pea in a pod. But it would be nice to see them rebuild their property if they intend to. I would love to go in with them. I would love to go in if I could and help them rebuild their property. I don't know what it would take, because obviously they have to rebuild from scratch. But I would put a real estate office and a little tiny casino. It would be called an arcade at first, but come on, a little arcade with some table. I mean, people in Fort Myers, the whole Lee County, they're all addicted to gambling. I've never seen that many people. The gambling boat closed down. That used to be near Salty Sam's, where the pirate boat was. So there used to be also a Key West Express that closed down. So the gamblers in this area have to go out to Immokalee. A lot of them don't want to travel that far, so they go to these local arcades, and I'm telling you, they're spending big bucks. I've never seen so many arcades. If you had a nice arcade here on the water, they would come in droves. I mean, literally, 100 to 300 a day would be in there, and I would think $300 would be an easy sum that they would spend. I already calculated this. It's somewhere between $30 and $50 million you could generate gross per year on that. And that cash flow alone, even if you were to share that with the governments or whatever, and come out with 20 to 30 million, wow, that's decent money. You'd be able to buy any you'd be able to buy any real estate here on the Gulf, and then the first year you could buy yourself 10 acres, and then if you're lucky, and then the second year you can put up your mega casino. You can go head to head almost within 2 years directly with Diamond Head and Margaritaville, and then the third year, providing they didn't catch on to your niche, you would be bigger than both of them combined. All right, so we're gonna come back on Sierra Boulevard. This will be a quick video. All right, so I'm looking towards the right, and I see this road here, Gulfview, a lot of open space. So these homeowners need to be contacted and sold RVs, because the only way they're going to make money is if they rent their property. And I still see a lot of RVs here. You're allowed RVs for the next 2 years, so might as well take advantage of it. And this could be multi-family. So you're allowed to put more than one RV. So why not? Stick as many as you can on the property. You can sell these people solar panels. You can sell them RVs. Obviously, you can sell them generators. I mean, there's a big market here to make money. On the left-hand side there, this used to be the Tiki Hotel. That is an excellent piece of property. I would love to build a casino there. And with all the property here on the right-hand side, you can build a parking garage over here. Wow. And a casino and a resort on that side. I'd have a lazy river too. Nice. Look at this. These people lost hope and they knocked it down. They don't want to pay the taxes. They don't want to pay the upkeep. They just want to knock their property down, grade it, put a keep out sign, and yeah, this property is available. On the left-hand side, there used to be a tank that was parked. I'm not sure if it was that piece of property or what. It looks like that piece of property. It's not there anymore. But it was a dump truck tank. Very interesting. So this property is history for sale for Lorenzo Real Estate. I don't know. I have a problem with Lorenzo Real Estate. I wanted to buy a commercial piece of property, and the realtor, it's like first contact, he was all chipper, and then you tell him that you want to make an offer, and he's like, "Well, you're not paying the asking price." You know what? And then he kind of like turns a cold shoulder towards you. And I mean, I know all realtors do that, but it's one of those things where there has to be a way that a realtor could make first contact, like a hostess, and then give you the ability to submit, without being disgruntled or when I design a website, you'll be able to submit whatever offer you want, and it will go right to the seller, and the seller can't say withhold all messages. The seller has to take them all. I'm sorry. If the buyer wants to submit a bid, it's got to go. And the seller, I would make all my listings agreements saying, nope, you have to consider all offers. I'm not going to withhold any. Again, here's this hotel, right, because this low building up here would be the casino, and the other buildings would be the accommodations. Right, the casino should be near the road, and I would buy all the adjacent property, all the homes that got destroyed here, perfect. All the extra parking, I could put 20 cars on each lot, minimum. So it's 4 lots there, that's 80 cars right there, that's 80 people on the slot machines, on the tables. You even have a pool where kids and families could hang out. I could put a little snack, an Aloha snack bar right there. Perfect. Live in-person worship every Sunday, 9 a.m. Looks like they're getting ready in the parking lot here. Well, hey, they need money. And the roofing job that they put on 6 months ago is already peeling away, so they better get going on that. I mean, okay, it's, St. Peter's Drive. See, look at that. It's named after the... I like that church because it has a nice big piece of property. And then this church up here, again, it's already been cleared. Right here on the right-hand side used to be the Titanic House on Anchorage Street. It's kind of weird. The Titanic House is on Anchorage Street, but it's no more. And there is a pool there, but another pool they dug up, which is smart because a builder doesn't want a pool in the way when he contemplates buying a piece of property. So it makes it more sellable if the previous pool was dug up and hauled away. Okay, so on the left-hand side, these people are building a nice big multi-million-dollar house, and they're living in an RV. So they have to have a family to build a house that big, or else maybe they just are trying to get some of their money back, and they have to spend the money to make the money. I don't know. But here's the church with the big blue roof. Of course, the church is gone. Beach Baptist Church. It's basically just a food bank, and I guess there is a little sermon in there. But they're going to have, I mean, if I was this church, I would get as much ministers as I can. Even have like a televised one where people can come and sit congregate around a TV screen, and it could be a television. I mean, I think that would be a good business if you had a central evangelist or whatever minister who can give a nice, wholesome sermon that's not belittling, that's not challenging, that's uplifting, and it's not condescending. See this blue house here on the right hand side? I like this house. It'll make a great real estate office. But I know they're not going to sell it to me cheap. And they would probably want $500,000 for it. There's no way I'd go a dime over $300,000. I mean, the problem is I probably would have to demolish the house. Here's another house. All these homes here have to be taken down. Again, more open space. This home right ahead of us here, that has to come down. The roof, look good. Look at that. Brand new roof they put on like 3 years ago. Sad. Home got demolished. The roof holds up. And this house next to it, this blue tile with white. Yeah, that's gone. I mean, they're I don't know. I mean, it's borderline. I think that's the only reason why it's still standing, because it's borderline. But this is a good area because it's right near this church, and if I could buy this property from the church, I would even put a little food bank. I would even buy some property on the Gulf and put a little chapel where they can hold their sermons. And I would build a huge resort with a bridge over the road, with the lazy river, of course a big gambling palace where people can gamble, with at least 300 tables, hundreds of slot machines. Sure. Free parking, as long as you validate in the casino for 10 minutes. You have to be at a machine or on a table for 10 minutes. That would be validation. I charge $20 all day because it would be a nice parking. Or you can validate for free. I would give out free drinks as long as people are sitting at the slot machines. Sure, why not? They don't do that anymore in Las Vegas. It was like a minimum $1 a drink. They were charging. Even the casinos off strip were charging. And talking about Vegas, when I last went there, that was a month before Hurricane Ian struck, which is sad because that hurricane kind of like almost blanked my memory. It was so traumatic, even to me, because I was spending like 3 weeks straight with no sleep trying to clean up the house. It almost blanked out my entire memory of my vacation to Las Vegas. But all I could say is that I wasn't really looking for discount, all-you-can-eat buffets. You hear about that. There was no cheap all-you-can-eat buffets. The buffets that they had were like $20, which to me is not cheap. They were not all you can eat. It was like you have seconds, that was it. And they were expensive and they didn't look that good. So most of the meals looked like they were $30. And I'm like, that's not cheap. No. And even the Palms Resort was like, I don't know, it was some outrageous price, like $18. A lot of these places weren't open like 24/7. They were only open like for lunch. It was like 10:30 to 1. I mean, literally, it was a tight window, and that was it. And then that's it. That was it for the buffet. Then it was dinner, and you had to order the $50 per person dinner meal. So we're passing the old Junkaroo Fresh Catch, which again is an excellent spot. And all this land here to the right and left would make a great casino. This would be huge. I could have cheap resident housing next to the casino. Oh wow! You get those people coming in, bringing their paychecks every Friday. Sweet. Huge parking garage to hold 1,000 cars. Again, it would be $20 a day parking, or you'd validate a casino for 10 minutes. Probably have a little chapel here by the sea. Get married and gamble at the same time? Sure. I have to admit though, Hurricane Ian did take out a lot of weak structures. So a lot of the buildings here that look like they needed to be, revamped, remodeled, destroyed. Hurricane Ian, sad because a lot of people lost everything. 1,000 plus people died here in Fort Myers Beach. They don't talk about it. It's hush hush. They still claim them as missing. 1,000 plus people. It could be more. It could be up to 10,000. They just don't know how many people in the trailers there were, because only half the people evacuated, because we were told that it wouldn't be that bad. And then a lot of people. There was some wind the night before. Some people lost power the night before. They didn't know about the storm. But then, like literally within 3 hours before the storm hit, they said, "Oh, if you haven't evacuated, you should." Or now it's too late. They kind of blame you that, they didn't disseminate the information fast enough. But now they're like, "Oh well, we think it's going to make a direct hit on Fort Myers. Sorry if we told everyone it was going to hit North Tampa, but no, it's going to hit Fort Myers." Wow. And not only that, the local storm stayed 30 miles offshore, so we just got hit with a powerful surge, really. Wind, it wasn't really that bad. I mean, I lasted through Hurricane Ian when I was like, wow, this is a Category 4, and it's not doing that much damage. Of course, then when the surge hit, that did 3/4 of the damage. The wind did my roof in, but I could have fixed that easy. I mean, I would have put a tarp up there and then reshingled my own house, no problem. But when the flood ruined all the furniture inside, caused weeks of cleaning. Oh my God, trying to mitigate the flood. It's terrible. Look, there's a leech train here. They used to use that to shuttle people on here on the beach. Of course, they don't need that right now because, again, half the home is destroyed. They might need it though, because there are a lot of. See, the thing is that still 2/3 of the condos are still closed. And these churches are gone. So, I mean, look at all the open space. There was no open space before Hurricane Ian. There's still tons of open space here. So, someone, Cool Bins, is opening up a business there. Now, okay, yeah, I got a little mixed up. This property right here, for some reason, I thought this was the old Leaky Tiki, but I'm wrong. Now, Leaky Tiki's still coming up. Still a lot of open space here. Any of these properties would be good. Even this building here was a real estate office, but they want $1 million for it. And there's no way in heck that they're going to get that much out of me. I like this Royal Scoop shopping center. I do. This would make a great. It would be a tiny casino. Maybe it'd be about 4 tables. Maybe 8 tables. Maybe 20 machines in there. It'd be small. But I'd have to have an ice cream store in there too. Yeah, passing the Neptune in. That would make a great casino. Again, small, maybe about 20 tables, maybe a little tiny sports betting area. Passing the old Shamrock, and then here's the Armando's Date. Those are landmark buildings in my eyes, because they've been here since the late 80s. So to see them gone like this, it's sad. I would never have thought before Hurricane Ian that such a storm would just really change, upend Fort Myers Beach altogether. I'm just glad that Diamond Head, with their new sign, they're open. They're crowded. They need more parking though. They really need to build that property. If I was a real estate broker, I would try to convince them to buy this property here. There probably is already plans to build something. I'm just not privy to it. The The tide is rising. I can see it in the canal over there on the right-hand side. So, and then this building, they want what, $3 million for it on the right-hand side. Good luck. This Sun and Fun, they did a great job. I mean, they have 3 ocean-going containers. They're able to get around all building permits by doing that. And look at all the stuff they have for rent. I don't see that many people renting this stuff, but I guess they're making enough to. They're cooking. They're cooking. It's like the little picnic table there. They're eating. They're cooking. They must live in one of these storage ocean-going containers. Must be a contractor though, because I don't know. This hardware store. Again, people are parking here because they think it's free parking. You just got to be careful because it is private property, so you can get towed. There is no parking sign there, so I guess they're getting away with it. I should park there. I had to park in Little Cerro Island, so. Again, on the left-hand side used to be where Hooters used to be. $10 parking here at the Kia Shopping Center. Again, I love the Kia Shopping Center. This would make a great, the second floor would be a casino, and they're fixing the roof, so that's pretty good. They're taking up some of the boards and doing it. But this would be great. Second floor would be a casino. The first floor, I would like it to be a flea market, but and you have all this extra land too. They don't need to make a big parking here, so but they have it. First floor could be whatever. It could be a hotel. It could be a restaurant. It could be whatever. It says Kia Stereo customers can park here for free, but there's no businesses here. So the wind is picking up. I see some blue skies ahead, so I think there's going to be a gap in the clouds, but we're just about over. I'm stopping up here at Times Square, Lynn Park. They're making a lot of new signs, a lot of new parking signs. So I guess they're getting ready for spring break. It should be a phenomenal event. So, but all winters should be phenomenal because a lot of Americans don't want to go to Europe. Thank you. This is all parking here. They need this for time too. I kind of lucked out that the hurricane wiped out all these businesses. So the beached whale that used to be over here where this big white tent is on the right-hand side, whoever got this piece of property did a really good job. Tuna skin, they're fully back in business, open inside their store. And it looks awesome looking in there. Although there's nobody shopping in there, which is sad. Again, on the right-hand side, this is where the 7-Eleven used to be. Again, there's no effort to rebuild it, which is sad, because they have to build it 15 feet above, which is, personally, I don't think you should have to qualify for that. If your business got damaged by Hurricane Ian, you should be able to build, and even if it's built in new construction, to the specifications what it was. I think whatever the building code is stupid. All right, I'm looking over here at Margaritaville's pool. I want to see if they put the Marsite layer on. And they did put some kind of Marsite layer on because the exposed ports are now not exposed, and there's workers there working on the pool too. I see 3 of them over there mixing concrete and grout. So it looks like they have a grout sprayer, like they're spraying it. So actually, I take it back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 employees. That's pretty good. And so, there's some other employees fixing the fence. So this way because there's too much pedestrian traffic over there. So I normally park down here, but it was packed. So I'm gonna check it out right now to see if it's crowded or not. This is a parking lot, $10 all day. The guy in this building here owns it. So this is Margaritaville. Looks like they finished up your driveway. This is nice. I should be bicycling over here, but it's really nice. Margaritaville Beach Resort. Wow. This is sweet. So the Lighthouse Resort is really happening. There must be about 200 people under there eating. So, and the Lighthouse always has good deals, and they're throwing specials all the time. So it's a really good place to hang out at the Lighthouse here. And there's always people in the pool. I think you can go to the pool almost like 11 o'clock, and the pool is lit. And obviously they're watching sports games. So I hear them screaming. The temperature's still about 74, 75 right now. It's overcast. It's helping keeping the temperatures down. So anyway, we're going to go over to Times Square here just to check it out. Oh, thank you, Mike. There's a new restaurant, Mr. Waves. They just opened. They're crowded. And this Bella Mozzarella, they're pretty full. They got that pizza smell coming on. So all the American flags are flying at half mast. Don't ask me why. Because I don't watch the news. Because the news is so negatively slanted that you just don't want to watch it. It makes you depressed just watching the news. I don't know why, but it seems like they're not covering any good news. There's plenty of good news if you look around. Anyway, so this is again the restrooms that there's been no action to rebuild. Personally, I would take out the restroom. You could stick another 100 automobile parking spots over here. That's what I would do. They need more revenue for the beach. They need more parking. So stick them in here. You don't need to grill here. You can grill on the beach. Here's Times Square. Here's the light. So it says 1:15. That must be the timing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Here's the pier with all the pelicans. So possibly tomorrow, but definitely next weekend.